Hi guys, so following on in my fool's journey, I'm about to leave the house and finally go and bite the bullet and go and take my car down and see what the dealio is. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I've had quite a lot of anxiety and fear about finally doing something that needs to be done. But I've decided to approach it with a real fool attitude of childlike openness. Even though I know that the news is probably not going to be the greatest, I'm going to go into it expecting that and allowing myself to be sad possibly, but also be open to going, okay, that's the way it is, we can deal with this, you know, nothing terrible is going to happen. Yeah, going into it with a sense of acceptance, enthusiasm even, just to be glad to have it over. But anyway, I will come back later and let you know how I got on. Okay, I'm here now. There's no going back. Think positively, no matter what. Hi guys. So I've come to the end of my journey with the Fool for this 2-week block of time. I'll be moving on to the Magician tomorrow. But I've learnt a lot in the process. So essentially I've been working with the energy of the Fool in order to take some first steps and overcome some of my fear and anxiety in relation to procrastination and fear and not knowing which step to take or which path to follow, etc. So, you know, using the energy of the Fool, I was able to decide what was my biggest priority right now. It was definitely organising the car, which I took the first step towards yesterday. You'll see at the beginning of the video where I finally gone and made that move. It wasn't great news as I expected. However, I have been able to work with that Fool energy and being open to that, being trusting that the universe has got my back and that I'll be able to move forward. And so I'm going to work with the Magician energy next in you know, actually taking some actions towards, you know, where I can go from here. But the Fool energy has been really helpful in getting me past that initial fear and procrastination and my stuckness, not knowing sort of where to begin or which thing in my life I should be focusing on, etc. So I don't know how clear all that is going to be in my videos, but it's really mainly for my own use and my own kind of like a diary of how I'm using the tarot to make practical changes and helping me to understand and move forward on a practical level in my own life. I hope it does help others, but we'll see. So I just decided to do a quick reading regarding you know, what has working with the Fool for the last 2 weeks taught me in my life. So I'm using the Fountain Tarot. So basically, again, I shuffled the deck and I asked what has working with the Fool taught me. And then I go through the deck looking for the Fool card and take the 2 cards on either side of the Fool. So we'll take the Fool out for now. This is the Fool from the Fountain Tarot. But I got the High Priestess. Now this is very interesting. So this has really taught me to trust my own intuition, to get in touch with my inner knowing, to still my mind and not be caught up in the fear of things, to instead use the innocence, the innocent, playful, fearless, full energy to trust that I know what to do, that I know where to go, I know what step to take, that I do have all the knowledge inside of me, and that I am capable of discerning between sort of dark and light and making a choice. And the other card that I got was the devil. So again, interestingly, I got both major cards. So they have been quite important lessons. Trusting in my own intuition with the High Priestess, trusting my gut, trusting, and also teaching me to really look at myself. So I guess this whole process of working through the tarot cards, through the major arcana, in itself is a spiritual journey of looking within myself. So it's taught me that, and it's also taught me to free myself from fear, to free myself from what I think of as, being bound up, feeling like I can't move, feeling like I'm oppressed, feeling like the worst is going to happen, that, the world's out to get me. So the Fool has really taught me how to break free of that fearful mindset. I think it's healthy to have some fear, but when fear is stopping you from moving forward at all, and you're stuck and you can't make a leap at all, then it becomes unhealthy, which is, the devil. And so it's taught me to be very aware of where I think negatively, where I talk myself into feeling like I'm stuck. I think I talked a little bit in the last video about negative self-talk. So part of the reason that I feel bound and trapped and like there's something out to get me kind of thing, and I've got no sort of way forward and no sort of power in the process, it's my own doing. It's my own. Yes, it may be circumstances that have happened to me in my life. It may stem from childhood. It may be this, it may be that. But I am the only one that can overcome the sense of feeling powerless by trusting that I have an inner strength, an inner knowing, an inner. She's like an inner sort of counselor. She's like my higher self. She's got my best interests at heart, and that I can listen to that and make that, and make that leap and do it joyously. So even though even though the worst happened, I got bad news. I'm not going to be able to fix my car. In working with the Fool energy, I've really been able to, I think sort of 6 months ago, if I'd gotten that news, I would have burst into tears, even though I already knew that I was probably going to get that news. Working with the Fool and his just open, trusting nature has enabled me to face that fear, live through that, the reality that is the reality, but still remaining optimistic and knowing that, I still have this inner knowing, this inner, where is she? This inner ability to look within myself and find the answers and find the strength and find the knowing, and then being able to break those chains of negative self-talk and oppression, and free myself so that I can move forward on my next step. So I really, really, really appreciate what the last 2 weeks have taught me. It's one thing to sort of know what the Fool card represents, intellectually, but to actually work with the energy in your day-to-day life and sort of really analyze how that energy manifests in your life, how you can use that energy positively to move forward, to overcome obstacles, to overcome fear, and to do so in a way where you remain light-hearted and able to free yourself and take steps and move forward, is just, I can't recommend it enough, really, to actually really sit down and incorporate the lessons into your day-to-day life. So yeah, that's basically what I've learnt this last 2 weeks. So I'm going to leave it at there. I appreciate anyone who's watched, and I hope that it's helped in some way. As I say, it's really been for my own record, to see how I progress with this journey. And tomorrow I will be drawing the Magician card, and I'll be using his energy to continue to move forward, his or her, depending on the deck. But yeah, that's all for now. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Alright, ta-da, cheery.